Nkechi, a rapper don't tell she the kneel for grave where my uche day Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now just we know. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts.
See Mami Nkechi, a rapper don't tell she the kneel for grave where my uche day Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now just we know. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try yo.
Back up joins with a trembling. Oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go so.
Breaking news reaching us now. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed.
That's why they're detained. Their children have been there for a very long time. Abuja is in detention. Mokhtar is in detention. And DSS, they don't bring them to court. The families are here. Ibrahim Yahya is there as well. I was with them. Musa Kalamo is also there. Belief is also there.
But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
This is not wicked word. This is not confusion word. Listen to Palibran. Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Wherever they go. Wherever they go, opposite Udi, but they're not on the side. Along Gusukudu Road, I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver waiting they happen. Driver waiting they happen. Driver tell the Palibai, see no day for talk. See nothing for talk. It better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. Driver waiting. Driver waiting. This is not wicked word. This is not confusion word. Listen to Palibran. Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Wherever they go. Wherever they go, opposite Udi, but they're not on the side. Along Gusukudu Road, I see people run. I see people run.
the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto, anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke, mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri, ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala, ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi, ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube n'ime eluigwe, wee na-arịọ gị mma gị na ebere gị, amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, ka igwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị, onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị, onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne, ịdị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche, onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka iwe etinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu, ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ na ikpeta Maazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị, wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, kpee isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi, ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of radio Biafra and Biafra television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. The people that colonized you said, Igwocha is Igbo. It is here. Willing commission that you cried to. You were the people that petitioned him and said, we are minority. We are dying. Come and save us. The white man came and said and told you that Ahoda and the Igwocha Port Harcourt are Igbo. It was considered the solid center of Igbo population. The fear and grievances of minorities, why this commission was set up. After today, I will not read this very subject again. Please make sure, our media team, make sure you cut out this very thing. Anybody who talks nonsense about Nigeria, South, please cut this very clip and give it to that very individual so they can receive some sense. I am asking them, I am giving them references. I'm not asking them to just sit in one place and accept what I'm saying. No, I'm asking them to go and do research on what I have said. On what I have said. The allegation was put forward by the council to the petitioners that the judiciary was predominantly Igbo, with the implication that this caused fear among those who are not Igbos. But it was clearly stated in the evidence by Dr. Udoma, the leader of UNIP, that no occasion could be adduced of the judiciary acting with partiality. So the white people concluded that the fears of the so-called minorities were unfounded, because this man, Dr. Udoma, came and said to them, show us an instance of impartiality by the judges. And they couldn't show anything. They couldn't. That tells you all you need to know. Do some of you know the reason why most people from core areas, which is Cross River, Rivers, and the Goja region in those days, were mainly, police officers? It was as a result of this willing commission. He was the one that recommended that, okay, if you are afraid that you're going to be overrun, okay, give them priority in the police service. That's why most of them were in the police. That is a fact, it's a historical fact, it is here. Anyway, when Wike is done, I don't want you to get that fool anymore. Maybe tomorrow channels will interview him again. He'll start talking his usual rubbish as the fool that he is. That is why somebody will go to Ahaba and ban Biafran flag. The same person banning Biafran flag were part of the people that came to the same Ahaba and massacred people in broad daylight. You know, when I look at the irony of the whole thing, it baffles me. When I see people from Ogoni say they want to be part of one Nigeria, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Honestly, I'm horrified. You mean the same one Nigeria that killed cancer women? That is why I say that sometimes people are very, very sick in the brain, honestly speaking. The same people today claiming the police, we are banning Biafran flags in Delta State. They know what they are doing. They have been forcing us all this while, trying to frustrate us so that IPOB can say, okay, give us only 5 eastern, southeastern states, let's go. That's what they want. And any day we say they'll give it to us. That is what they want. But we are saying no. Because that wasn't what Elohim told us. God said, these are my children. From Igodomigod all the way to Bakassi, they are my children. They must be under one house. Different ethnicities, but under one umbrella. Later on, they can go their separate ways. I don't care. But insofar as this fight is concerned, so that when Fulani will be slaughtering you in time to come, we'll simply tell you, we told you so. As I'm telling all of you, I told you so. When I told about people in America, why do you think that they now love us so much in World Igbo Congress? Because I told them in no uncertain terms that these people, they are coming. Yes, they are coming. They said, oh, how do you know? I said, I know, but they are coming. Have they not come today? Are people not running from Omahia, from Obakala, from everywhere Ibeko yesterday night, saying they have come? I told you they will come. I told you. In the year 2015, I told you they are going. It doesn't matter what you do, they are coming to take your land from you. The same people that stood us up and shot us to pieces in our Sabbath is telling us, you don't have any identity. You are what we call you. You are now Delta. But in the north, they call themselves Arewa. In the core north, I don't mean Middle Belt. They are Arewa. No one has actually said to them, okay, from today your name is Sahel. Since you're from the Sahel region, your name is Sahel. You're all Sahelians. But they can come to my land and say, you're a Deltan. You're a Riverian. You're a cross Riverian. God have mercy. But you cannot ask them now to drop the name Arewa and they will listen to you. They'll tell you no, they won't drop it. Let us call them the Sahelians. He says that from the Sahel. The
reason why it has become very imperative for us to activate the Biafra government in exile is because we control Biafra territory today. Now you know. We control Biafra territory. I want you to understand the reason why we insisted on the sit-at-home. I want you, because you know, in fact, I want to give you people expo today. I want to give you expo. There are some things I don't want to say yet. But let me tell you that we have templates to get Biafra. We have templates. So when they tell you, what is your roadmap? We have the roadmap. And let me tell you one of the most important roadmap. One of the most important roadmap of the autopilot IPOB under leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get Biafra is to unite every genuine agitating group. We have done that. Another roadmap of how to get Biafra, because there are things I will not tell you. But let me just give you some few examples. Another roadmap to get Biafra, when they're asking you, is to bring what this different group have done. Bring it together, harmonize it, push it there.
let me stop here. Because it is called brain game. Okay? Because IPOB cannot do everything by themselves. So there is something they are good. There are something they have other people don't have. There are something other people have that this one don't have. You see the brain there. So everybody is fighting for the same thing. So what do? Bring them together. Harmonize it. So, like I said, there are things I don't want to say. So now let me tell you. The reason why, because we have focus and our eyes is on the ball. So the reason why we insisted on sit-at-home civil disobedience is to make sure we establish the fact that we control Biafra. Are you getting the point? So one step, the most important step, is that the government of Biafra in exile control the territory of Biafra. Very, very important. Or at least control a very significant part of the Biafra territory. And we have proven that. And we continue to prove it through our civil disobedience sit-at-home order. So when we are telling you something, you listen and follow us. So when you see that we started, supporting this particular civil disobedience sit-at-home, promoting it, I told you I was, that what we are trying to do is that we are training you for something that is to come. And because the reason why I want to make this thing a little bit open is for those who still think that we are joking, because it is too late now. It is late for this thing not to work out. It is late for you to fight against Biafra rising up and getting independent next day. I am telling you the fact. So if we had, if we had exposed the reason why you must, adhere to this sit-at-home, the government will do everything like they have been doing. They fought it. They say you are destroying Southeast. They say economy is dying. They say government is this. They say government is that. Oh, stop sit-at-home. You know why they are fighting the sit-at-home. The reason why they are fighting sit-at-home is not because of the economy. They never care for you. It's not because you are dying. They never care for you. These people don't like you. If they like you, they would build a hospital. If Peter Obi like you, Peter Obi will not put money in his bank and let it multiply. Peter Obi would have used Anambra money to build a hospital for you. Peter Obi will use Anambra money to build schools for you. Peter Obi will use Anambra money to build infrastructure that will look after your welfare and your well-being. Peter Obi will not put money in the bank to multiply. And the same thing is applicable to everybody. And today, Peter Obi is coming out to tell you the reason you are going to vote him as a Nigerian president is because he used the money meant for the development of Anambra to support his own banking business. And because of your brain is not working, you buy that idea. So let me tell you, my people, for us to activate this Biafra government in exile, and for the government in exile to be recognized somehow, to have, to be recognized internationally, to have international, to go into diplomatic move, into treaties, you must have a considerable control over the territory of Biafra. Do you see it? So now, the government in exile being activated from 2 days ago, and we are now in one platform, means that the government in exile controls the Biafra territory. We will call sit at home, they're going to sit at home. We will call for something, it's going to happen. We'll come to have something, is going to happen. That is what I am showing you now, because what you don't know is bigger than you. Ogodaman, thank you very much. Buza, buza. Very, very soon. Will come out soon. Thank you very much. Because you know, the level of damage in the brain of people, of these people in Nigeria, is so frightening that sometimes we go overboard. You know, we go outside the line to do something that we don't want to do. You know, but I believe that it has become, you know, this is what I'm doing now. Is not a it's not going to pose any you know, threats to what we are doing. So, but I just want to use this to tell you that the time has come. The government in exile on its own don't have, you know, if we begin to talk about it, that okay, government in exile, for government in exile, do you have influence over Biafra territory? No. Do you have influence over Biafra? No. So now, because of the alliances, we are now one. We have now united. So the influence we, the autopilot and IPOB, have in Biafra land, the Biafra government in exile now have the same control and the same influence, thereby giving the legitimacy for this particular government in exile. So what we are looking at now is to make sure that we set all the arms of the government as it should be, and by next year, bah, we are there. We are not scared of anybody when it comes to this Biafra struggle and the Biafra freedom. Believe me, not even the only person I will be afraid of is God in heaven and myself. As far as this my freedom and the freedom of my people is concerned, I am not scared of anybody. I am saying it today. So in fact, if I can say anything I want to say, and I am not looking at anybody. If you think that what I'm doing is wrong, come and go to Nigeria and leave. So there is nothing.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone who has connected so far. Thank you for joining. Those who are watching us on TikTok, those who are watching on Facebook, those that are watching us on YouTube, where we are hosting the program, I welcome every one of you. I appreciate every one of you for your patience, for joining earlier and keeping up to the hours, and also sharing. If you have not yet shared the program, please share the program. If you're on TikTok, tap the screen. Tap on the screen so that others can be able to join us. If you're watching us on YouTube, you know what to do. You share the program. You click on like, give a thumbs up, share the program to other platforms. I welcome every one of you. Say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. It is another special day, Monday. It is another referendum day, Monday, and it is a day we have chosen for civil disobedience in this journey of Biafra. The civil disobedience of Monday, it's a very, very unique one. Every one of you know what it is, you know what it's all about, except for somebody who has never, ever heard about the Biafra struggle. If you have heard about the Biafra restoration, there is nothing to explain to you. You must have known what it is all about and what we are talking about when we say it is sit at home. The sit at home is non-negotiable. It is a peaceful civil disobedience by the Biafrans to demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and every political prisoner of Biafra that has been held anywhere in the zone. or across the world. It is a day we'll tell the world that those politicians in Biafra land have lost legitimacy in Biafra land. It's a day we'll tell the world that we are ready to take charge of our destiny. It's a day we come out to speak loud to the entire world that we are no longer part of the zoological republic called Nigeria. It is a day that the world look towards our direction and they see that we are serious. It's a day of unity. A day of unity. And you heard on the program of Mazi Nnamdi that I played, he made it clear. It is a day the world sees that Biafra is in charge of their territory. It is a day that the world looks to Biafra land and they will see that the Biafran people have a significant control of their land. All these are very important in the cause of our freedom, in the pursuit of recognition, and in the pursuit of our freedom. Is it easy? It's not easy, and it will never be easy. If you're looking for an easy way, there's no need you have to talk about Biafra. Freedom doesn't come cheap. There is no way you can look for freedom that is cheap. No angle you will pass. For some of you who are looking for a system whereby you wake up and you will see Biafra, no. It takes great work. It takes great work. It takes sacrifice. And that is what you are seeing today. That is why we have no doubt that Biafra is going to come. After we have done our own part as human, then we'll leave the rest for Chukwu Okike Abiama to do his part. And I bet you there is no way Biafra will never be actualized. From every indication, from all that we are seeing and all that we are hearing, we know that the battle is increasing. Even as we speak, if you can't see the battle, look at yourself. If you are a genuine agitator in this Biafra cause, you will understand that the battle have increased. When you look at our platform where we are speaking right now, you will know that the battle have increased. In a platform where you have thousands of subscribers, but when you come live, you can hardly see 20 people watching. It is not ordinary. We are getting attacked, not just from Nigerian government, even from fellow Biafrans, those who don't want to hear the truth. Those who want you to speak the way they want you to speak. There are some Biafrans who they want you to speak in a way that will make them happy. They want you to promote them, even when they don't know what they are saying or doing. That is the area we have gotten to. That the attack doesn't only come from the real enemy that we know. It comes from those you think they are your friends. But I urge every one of us to be strong. Be strong. Never give up. If you are a genuine broadcaster, even if it is only one person watching, keep on speaking. Keep on passing the information. Whether they like it or not, they will hear. I always say it, that this project belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama. Every one of us is just an instrument in his hand to achieve Biafra. That is what we are. We are an instrument in his hand. So whatever he wants to do, he will do. Regardless what we'll think, regardless how we'll feel, regardless the attack that is coming, it is in his hand to fight and fight the way. We cannot do much. The only thing we have to do is to follow up our own responsibility, which is to preach the gospel of Biafra. That I have been doing and I will continue to do. Wherever you are watching this program from, I welcome you today being a sit-at-home. And as you all know, any Biafran that is sincere to him or herself supposed to know that today's sit-at-home is supposed to be one of the greatest we have ever seen. After witnessing the idiocy of Nigerian government and their court, after going through what we have gone through in the hand of the Zoological Republic, today is supposed to be the greatest sit-at-home ever. I don't think there's any Biafran that was pleased with what happened on Friday last week. What transpired on Friday last week was very, very disturbing. It was very, very disturbing. And there's no genuine Biafran that will see what transpired on Friday and will remain the same. After what transpired on Friday, nobody will force you to come out and act. Nobody will force you to join the sit-at-home. Because I bet you, just as we have been saying, the only thing that can free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our consistency, our truthfulness, our sincerity, our togetherness, our unity. That is what is going to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you continue to put your faith or your hope on the government of the zoo, you are wasting your time. From what transpired on Friday, it is very clear that Nigerian government wants to find Mazi Nnamdi Kanu guilty by all means necessary. They want to pronounce that word guilty. They don't care what the word says. They don't care how you feel. They don't care about the international law. They don't care about human rights. They are focused on their agenda. That simple agenda that is supported by the Western interests to keep resources flowing to them free of charge. That is what they are pursuing. And that is why there is a global silence. But we will not relent. The ordinary people have seen the light. The ordinary people, ordinary Nigerians, even Nigerians, ordinary Nigerians have known that the truth only lies on disintegration. And that is why many of them today are calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu immediately. And before we proceed, I have to remind you that the call for a mass protest on the 1st of October, being Wednesday, next tomorrow, it is still on. The call that is made by one of our brothers in the northern part of Nigeria, who is making a call, who has gone a step further. After the pronouncement of that very injustice in the court on Wednesday, he has released some other videos to show that that very protest continues. And wherever you are, do not shy away from supporting. Support the best way you can. And before we proceed, I have to give my own little support by playing that very video for that protest, in case you don't have forgotten, to keep the memory alive. To keep the memory alive and make everyone understand that there is no going back. In case you think it is no longer happening, it is going to happen.
For how much we have achieved since we made a clarion call of one Nigeria, one voice protest. We saw what happened in court yesterday. Nnamdi Kanu was refused to be released for his medical attention, and Nnamdi Kanu is dying in DSS custody. And that is why one Nigeria, one voice protest is still on. Peaceful protest is our fundamental human right as citizens of this country. I have written to IGP. I have also written to the DSS director, and this protest is going to be peaceful on 1st of October at Eagle Square, Abuja. And I'm calling Nigerians with good conscience to support this clarion call online and offline. Online, those that will not make it to Abuja should push for this clarion call on the social media. And those that will sacrifice and make it to Abuja will come offline to support us in this call. This is not a call to anarchy. It is a call to challenge the constitution that actually fed Boko Haram with rice and chicken in Maiduguri by the same federal government. The constitution that actually romanced bandits in Katsina after killing Nigerians. It is a call to challenge the same constitution that have kept Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody and is battling with medical challenges. I am calling of all Nigerians with good conscience. It is a call to justice. It is a call to equity. It is a call for fairness. And it is a call against victimization of Nigerian citizens just because of his tribe. We need Nigerian support for the success of this protest. For the success of this protest, we need Nigeria to support us with branded t-shirt, hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu. White t-shirt with Nnamdi Kanu picture, particularly this picture, for those that will not be able to make it to Abuja. And we also need Nigeria to support us with caps, green caps with the picture of Nnamdi Kanu on it. And we need Nigeria to help us with banners and hand flyers for the success of this protest. And we are calling of sincere and genuine Nigeria activists, both those with a loud voice and those with a small voice. I am calling on all Nigerian artists of good conscience. I am also calling Igbo as a nation and as a people. You have done sit at home for years and it did not work. It is time for you to leave your home and to join me for this clarion call in Abuja. This protest can also be done in all the eastern states. On the day of celebrating our Independence Day, which is supposed to be celebration of independence, but we are actually going to celebrate slavery by a government that is not sincere to her citizens. We are going to celebrate slavery by a government that has actually made her citizens slaves. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. May God bless Nigeria as a nation.
You have heard the message from this brother, and I will urge you all to take it in a positive heart. Just as I always say, we have to begin to look at the positive more than the negative. The most important message here is to call and speak against the injustice against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't matter who makes the call. Whoever made the call, whether sincere or not sincere, we have to seize that opportunity to pass a message. Wherever you are, a Biafran, non-Biafran, just as he said, and everybody that cares about humanity. 1st October is a very significant date for Nigeria. And for this brother to choose that 1st October, there is a reason. It is going to speak volume. It is going to speak to volume to challenge the evil foundation that was laid by the British. Wherever you are, if you have the opportunity to be in Abuja that day, join and support. If you can't be in Abuja, whichever state where you are, pay attention on that very October 1st. That day is set aside to demand the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria. In Biafra land, every Biafra must take root. At the same time, be security cautious. Because we know what they are up to. We know what Nigeria can do. You know, they have not been given that opportunity to massacre us the way they have been massacred before. And that is what the sit-at-home has helped us to. Sit-at-home has helped to reduce the number of deaths that we have been encountering in the course of this very struggle. Since we chose the civil disobedience, sit-at-home, it has been a different ballgame. When we try to protest, when the Biafra'S try to make a move for protest in Aba, you know what happens? The last massacre that happened in Aba, Many Biafrans were shot dead and nobody was held to account, as always. So that is one of the reasons why sit-at-home is non-negotiable. It is not something that you negotiate or something you ask whether it is happening or not. It will continue to go on until we are free from the zoological republic. It will continue to, the sit-at-home will continue. It has created it has done a lot. In as much as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the hand of the enemies, sit-at-home is keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alive through awareness. Sit-at-home is keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alive through awareness. And that was why our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi did not joke with it. At the same time, sit-at-home is giving legitimacy to Biafran government. Sit-at-home is giving legitimacy to Biafran government. You had the explanation by Mazi Nnamdi that before ever you will go into treaties, before countries will listen to you, before countries will begin to recognize you, you must be able to control a significant portion of your land. You must have to show to them that you are in control. One of the best way, easiest and simple way, safe way to show that the Biafran people are in control of their territory is sit-at-home. One of the best way, the safest way, and very significant way to show that the Biafrans are in charge of their territory is sit-at-home. So when you see anybody talking down on sit-at-home, or you see anybody claiming to fight for Biafra, yet is not paying attention to sit-at-home, that person have another motive, which he or she has to explain to us. But for you that knows what you are doing genuinely, don't look back. Don't be discouraged. You don't even think who is doing and who is not doing on your own self. As long as you are convinced and you know this is what the right thing to do, continue to do it. Nobody is forcing anybody. Nobody's going to put gun on your head and say sit at home. No. It is something that is worth doing to demand the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And for this protest that is coming on Wednesday, every one of us should continue to post this protest in their platform. There are so many of us in our platform, but it's unfortunate that so many of us that even have big platform, they don't share these informations. You can't see them play it. You can't see them talk about it. It is a shame. And yet, they pretend they want Biafra. They pretend. And most time, what they capitalize on is that they begin to see the negative. Some of them will come and tell you, oh, you will not share it, we will not talk about it because he's somebody from the north that is talking about it. He's not sincere. Even if he's not sincere, can't you see the positive in that thing that he's doing? That is the problem with so many of us. We have gone so extreme that we don't see anything good in anything anybody does. We are always busy finding fault. We are always busy finding fault. That you can never find something positive in whatever anybody says, in whatever anybody does. It doesn't matter who it is, even your enemy. I bet you can learn from your enemies. A smart and intelligent person can learn even from an enemy to defeat the enemy. And some of us claim to follow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, yet you cannot do what they do. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu always speaks the positive in everybody, including these politicians. Whenever they do something right, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will praise them. It doesn't mean that he's going to be dancing with them. It doesn't mean that he has forgotten that they are wrong. But whenever they do something that is significant, he acknowledges it. He acknowledges it. And that is how to win people over. First of all, look at the positive in what they are doing. At a point in time, no matter how wicked that person is, they will begin to think, with all the things they are doing, that this guy is still picking some things in what they are doing. It confuses the enemy. It throws the enemy off balance. But most of us, what we do is that when something happens, when you see a video, you will begin to look at where mistake is. You can't even look, that time you are spending to find a fault. Why don't you spend that time to look at the positives? No matter how negative that very program or that very video is, why don't you spend that time to look the positive in that very program? Look at the positive. There must be something positive. That was why Mazi Nnamdi said that every group, he supports every group. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu support every group. And once that somebody will say that we unite ourselves, harmonize every single idea that we have. Those good ideas, we bring them together and we throw it. That is how you can get it at Nigeria. That is how you break the chain of the zoo. That is how you remove the chain in your hand. Not always looking on the negative. Everybody you see, you will always find something negative in them. Even when they do something positive, you will ignore the positive things and you begin to look at the negative. So many of us are so negative-minded in this pursuit of Biafra. Very, very negative-minded, and it's not helping us. It is not helping anybody. It is not helping anybody. It's high time we change that idea. We have been there for a very long time and it's not working. Why don't you change an idea of trying to look at the positive in every single thing you see, no matter how bad it is, no matter how dangerous it is, no matter how destructive, find that very positive things in it and use it, utilize it. Utilize it. Just like this very protest that is being called. I have seen some people, Biafra'S, criticizing it. I have seen some Biafra'S telling people not to join it, not to pay attention. And so many Biafra'S are not talking about it, they're not sharing it, they're not even speaking about it. Simply because they felt that it's somebody from the north. And you forgot that it is now 5 good years. 5 good years, and yet there has been no major protest for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release in Nigeria. There has not been any major protest. Because of the situation we found ourselves in that zoo. Nobody wants to risk his life on that. It is almost it's almost someone signing his death warrant to make the move. But today, after 5 years, somebody picked courage from the north or from the middle belt, wherever, and now call for this openly, send letters and messages where it's supposed to be. Why wouldn't you applaud it? Why wouldn't you support it? But you'll be busy looking at the negative. Likewise, so many of us, our brothers and sisters that have faulted, no matter how bad your brother have defaulted, no matter the mistake anybody have made, when they do something positive, whatever they do, try to pick out the positive things in what they did. No matter how bad what they do. Every group, no matter how evil they are, there is something positive you can find in them and use it and speak about it and look onto it. That is how to build the unity we are talking about. That is how to build focus. That is how to make sure that we have collective interests. Not being negative every time. You always interested in negative things. When you come and you see a video, you will never find anything good in it. You want to look at the negative part. Some of us are so negative to a fault, so negative, that even when you call their attention to the positive things, they will not pay attention. They prefer to remain in that divisive negative times. They will continue to use those divisive negative terms, those terms that will keep everybody apart. You prefer using it, even when you know it's not helping anybody. Even when you know it's not helping, even you, that it's not helping you. You keep on focusing on negativity simply because you want to win an argument. Most of them, because they want to win an argument, because they want to feel relevant. You want to feel you have won. You remain in the negativity to a fault, even negativity against yourself. It is so bad and so sad. And I hope we begin to change that mindset on the issue that concerns us. More especially the issues that concerns us. We must begin to change that very narratives. My fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, defenders of justice and the planet Earth, today we have come once again, not as ordinary people, but as movement, united by pain, truth, and determination. The Nigerian court has once again proven that justice is dead in Nigeria. Just last Friday, they showed us that justice is dead and buried in Nigeria. the unjust verdict against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just a betrayal of one man, it is an assault. An assault on every Biafran, every voice of freedom, and every conscience that believe in truth. That was what we saw last Friday. And if you're not worried, you better be worried. You better be worried. Justice is dead and buried in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. When you look at the things that came out of that Friday, you look at information that came out, you look at what the outcome was, and you are not worried, I wonder where you keep your conscience. But I want every Biafran that is in the program today to hear me and hear me clearly. Every single one of us in this program, I want you to hear me clearly. Oppression never lasts forever. Oppression never lasts forever. Tyranny strives only when the oppressed remain silent. Tyranny of the zoo will only strive if we remain silent, if we continue to be silent. If we keep silent, tyranny of the zoo will continue. And that is why I am calling on every one of us to join our voice. Share this broadcast to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Make it go viral. Let it reach the politicians that are selling us out. The elites that are selling us out. The traditional rulers, the Ohanes and Dohinandama, that are silent in the face of death of their people. We must not be silent. We will continue to speak on top of our voice. That is why today we must talk about the need to increase the pressure. Today we need to talk about the need to increase the pressure. To make Nigerian government understand that until our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free, there will be no peace, no rest, no business as usual. This was exactly the path that our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi took. To continue to increase that pressure, to demand the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. From everything we see, there is need to increase the pressure. There is need to increase the pressure. If you think you are playing, continue to play. It's up to you. This is not time for games. This is not time for jokes. There is need to increase the pressure. There is need. Every single one of us. This is a time when I remember my Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi, I shed tears. This is a time I see clearly the atrocities that Finland has committed against the Biafran cause. This is a time I see the pain. I see the blow that Finland have dashed to the Biafran struggle. The absence of our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi. If he was to be here, I know what the case will be. We must start talking about the need to increase the pressure. To make the Zoological Republic to understand that until our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, there will be no peace, no rest, no business as usual. Wherever you are, this is a responsibility that lies on every one of us. As it stands today, it is a responsibility on our shoulders. Every one of us, old, young, poor, rich, men, female. We must prepare for the days ahead. What we saw on Friday It's nothing to write home about. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime recognized under international law. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime whatsoever recognized under international law. Nigerian Constitution and international treaties guarantee freedom of speech and self-determination. I said it, I say it again. Self-determination is not a privilege, but a right. It's a right of every human being on the planet Earth to pursue self-determination. It is not a privilege. International law confirms that. African peoples and human rights law confirms that. Even Nigerian law itself confirms it. Then, why do they criminalize self-determination in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa? Why would they criminalize self-determination in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? All they were asking for is self-determination. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for years asked for referendum. Nobody paid attention. Mazi Simon Ekpa came in and conducted self-referendum peacefully, successful self-referendum, which got up to more than 50 million votes. More than 50 million votes. And they gave him the mandate to go ahead, protect Biafra land, and speak for them as a government. And Mazi Simon Ekpa established a government. The primary responsibility of a government is to protect the life and property of its own people. That is the primary objective of a government. And Mazi Simon Ekpa stood on that very primary objective to defend, to protect the life and property of people of Biafra. Today, they pronounce sentence on him because of that cause, self-determination. Nothing more. With the help of some criminals, through false information coming from Nigerian government and the paid agents in Biafra land, the politicians, the Ohanezen Dohin and Nam, the elites, who sponsored, joined the federal government for their selfish interests, because of their wickedness, because of their fraud, they sold their soul to the devil, and they sponsored the arrest of Mazi Simon Ekpa with false information. They claim Mazi Simon Ekpa was the one enforcing sit-at-home. Mazi Simon Ekpa has been taken in for more than 10 months and still counting, but sit-at-home continues. Go to Biafra land today, you will see sit-at-home is still going on. But they said Mazi Simon Ekpa was instigating sit-at-home. They accused Mazi Simon Ekpa of causing insecurity. Go to Biafra land today. Before Mazi Simon Ekpa came on board, there was insecurity. Before Mazi Simon Ekpa started, there was insecurity in all parts of it. The terrorists have already taken over Nigeria. Mazi Simon Ekpa only came to maintain peace and restore and defend his people as a government which he is part of, as a prime minister. The primary objective of a government is to defend the life and property of its people. That was exactly what he was doing. Under international law, through self-defense, in pursuit of self-determination. But they used the same people he was protecting, the same people he was speaking for, to sell them out. And Finland sold their conscience, threw away their stance on human rights, and took in somebody for self-determination and charged him. Finland forgot that Nigerian constitution and international treaty guarantee freedom of speech and self-determination. But yet, these same people brought fake charges, false accusations against Mazi Simon Ekpa, and they took him in. Today, the sit-at-home is going on. Today, the insecurity have gone to the highest level. More lives have been lost than ever. As we speak, Nigerian government is still conducting genocide in Biafra land, more especially in Olu zone, in Okigwe. Lives are being lost on a daily basis. Nobody is giving account. Nobody is challenging it. Nobody is reporting it. Not the conventional media, not the international media. The only person that do report about it is one of our sister. One of Mwada that always reports the informations of what is happening. And she says it the way it is, that the government is the one orchestrating the insecurity in Biafra land. So many other people have confirmed it, that the insecurity in Nigeria today is caused, created, and sponsored by the federal government of Nigeria itself. The so-called charges against our Prime Minister, against our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, are all politically motivated. They are all politically motivated. Charges against our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, charges against our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are all politically motivated, aimed at silencing a freedom movement. That is the target. The only objective they have is to silence a freedom movement, self-determination, and they have succeeded. Before the eye of the world, before the international communities, they criminalize self-determination. Just recently, the United Nations gathered, and you see people making a case for Palestine, for self-determination. You see people calling for the recognition of Palestine. You see people speaking about the issue of Palestine. But I tell you, more lives are lost in Biafra land today than you have in Palestine. It is shocking that even a terrorist was standing on the podium in United Nations to speak. The Vice President of Nigeria, a terrorist, a known terrorist. Apart from the confirmation that was made by Canadian court, we know a terrorist was found in his governor's lodge when he was a governor. He was the one that created Boko Haram and sponsored them financially. But today, he is a vice president, speaking on the podium in the United Nations. Now you see why they ignore the genocide in Biafra land. The West kept silent because all they want is their own interest. As long as the minerals resources in Nigeria continue to flow to them free of charge, the resources in Biafra land, in particular, resources in Biafra land, gas and oil, as long as they have access to it, they don't care. Genocide against Biafrans does not amount to genocide. Abuse of human rights against Biafrans does not amount to abuse of human rights. The world stood and they are watching. Nigeria and Finland raised a charge, politically motivated, charges politically motivated, aimed at silencing self-determination, a freedom movement. Finland rushed and they sentenced our Prime Minister. And Nigeria is there playing with the life of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, disobeying every law known to man, disobeying every United Nations law. Yet, no sanction to Nigeria. Even when United Nations Arbitrary Committee weighed in 2022 and told Nigeria, gave them 6 months to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally and pay him compensation. Since 2022, that's 6 months elapsed. We are in 2025. It is 3 years now. No sanction. The issue was not mentioned in the United Nations, but they were busy talking about Palestine. The number of lives that are lost in Biafra land is greater than the number of lives being lost in Palestine. And lives are still being lost, even as we speak. Genocide is still going on in Biafra land. Mass killing, mass grave of innocent people, young children, young men from 15 upwards. They are all running away from their homes. Many of them have gone, rendering children, parents fatherless, making parents childless, making women widows and men widowers, making children orphans That is the situation in Biafra land. And yet, the world is not outraged. The world is not outraged. Nobody is speaking about it. When court become tool of oppression, the people become the court of justice. Did you hear me and hear me clear? When the court becomes the tools of oppression, the people become the court of justice. It is in our hand. It is our hand now to increase the pressure and make sure that things change. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi, may not be here, but he is very much alive in us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not be around, but he's very much available, around, alive in us. He speaks through us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speak through us. Mazi Simon Ekpa speak through us. This is not the time to be silenced. As we speak, it is necessary, more than necessary, to increase the pressure now. We must, it is a must that we have to increase the pressure now. Every Biafran must take this to heart. It is necessary that we increase the pressure now, not later, now as I speak. When courts become tools of oppression, the people become the court of justice. My fellow Biafrans, I want you to have this in your mind. Why we must increase the pressure as we speak. Governments never release political prisoners out of pity. I want you to hear this and hear it clear. Governments of the world, governments never release political prisoners out of pity. Never, ever. Did you get me right? Governments never release political prisoners out of pity. They do so only under sustained pressure. They do that only under sustained pressure. But it's unfortunate that today, what we have are lily-livered people everywhere, pursuing their own agenda with nothing to offer. This was why Mazi Nnamdi stood his ground and made several videos. He made, stood ground for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until the moment he was taken out. Because they knew, with the presence of Mazi Nnamdi, they can't do any shit to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It got to a time, everybody was asking for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The governors, including his enemies, they were shouting and begging for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Because of the pressure that was coming from the Biafran people, led by our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi. But today, what are you doing? What pressure are you putting? Even to release Mazi Nnamdi, what pressure are you putting? What are you saying? What are you doing? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We have all relaxed. We have all gone into our shed, busy, talking about, busy, engaging in saga. We are busy abusing each other, attacking each other, insulting each other. That is what we are good in doing. We are busy claiming who is right and who is wrong, busy claiming who is going to be the Alpha and Omega, claiming title and putting ourselves in position. That's what we are doing. While our leaders are languishing in jail, while we are allowing the work of Biafra to be wasted, governments of the world never, ever release political prisoners out of pity. Nobody's going to release them out of pity. Nobody. They do so only under sustained pressure. Sustained pressure. That is the only thing that's going to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and free Mazi Simon Ekpa. But as it stands today, where is the pressure coming from? Where is pressure coming from? I have looked left and right. There's nowhere the pressure is coming from. Nowhere. We are only busy focusing on ourselves. The earlier we begin to rethink, the earlier we begin to change our mindset and increase the pressure right in a way, right as I'm speaking. Whenever you get across this message, start by your own self, within your own environment, to increase that pressure. Don't wait for anybody. Share this message to everybody that is across you. Share to your family and friends. Share to members of your family. Share to your neighbor. Share in any platform where you belong. It is time to increase the pressure, because the government does not release their prisoners out of pity. They don't. They only release prisoners only under sustained pressure. Take that word into your head. Maybe you will understand why we must stop ranting, stop insulting each other, stop keeping ourselves busy with blackmail and propaganda that doesn't make sense, and begin to act. Everybody. It is necessary that we put pressure now, not tomorrow. Civil disobedience, protest, international campaign. Already you see the civil disobedience today, being Monday. Today is supposed to be the greatest sit-at-home if we were serious. Today in Biafra is supposed to be total and absolute lockdown to show Nigeria that what they did on Friday is very, very unlawful and cannot be tolerated. To show the Nigerian politicians, the Igbo politicians, to show the Ohaneze Ndo Hinandama, the elites, that what they did on what they happened on Friday is unacceptable. And their silence cannot be tolerated. Their silence cannot be tolerated. What have they done since then? Since that Friday, what response? What have you had? What have you heard from them? What have they done? We must continue our civil disobedience. These are the strategies that Master Simon will put in place if he's there. Civil disobedience. It is a peaceful way of airing your opinion. It's a peaceful way of showing your anger when you are dealing with a tyrant, a tyrannic government. Civil disobedience is an option, and we already have it. Why are you playing it down? Why are you not supporting it? Why are you not engaging in it? Another thing is protest. Protest. Already we have, luckily for us, we have a protest on the line. Every one of us should support that 1st October protest massively. That 1st October, we should share it on our platform. We should talk about it. We should promote it like never before. Mass protest. Let there be in your country, wherever country you are. If you can come out with your own group and protest on that 1st October, 1st October is key. That date, October 1st, the day this evil entity called Nigeria was formed. 1st October, the day this evil entity called Nigeria was officially put in place. That is the day we need to dismantle it. So that protest is not just for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's a protest to destroy the foundation of the zoo. It is a protest to show the displeasure of the entire country on that entity called the zoo. That is why I say in everything, pick out the positive, forget about the negative. I applaud that guy. I applaud the man that brought that very idea. Using that 1st of October. And he has done, even if they don't allow him to make the protest, even if the prophet attacks, we know they're going to attack him. We know they're going to create anti-protest. We know that they're going to do everything to frustrate it. That is fine. But at least on that date where it was conducted, it is key. And it's something we need to tap into. Protest. Protest if you're in Biafra land. Any place we have seen the elders go and protest in Abia, whatever, Abia government house. Other states in Biafra land, go to your government house and protest the same way. On that 1st October, that date is key. That date is key. That very day, let there be protests in all the states. All the states. Likewise, those living abroad. If you have the opportunity where you are staying abroad, if you have the permit, go out and protest on that date. It is key. International campaign. We need to continue on this international campaign, just as we are speaking here. Any other campaign you can do, you can print flyers, continue to speak on any those that have big platforms, those have the opportunities to meet people that matters. Continue to make that international campaign. Don't keep silent. We need to increase pressure. Diplomatic actions. Those that can be able to engage in diplomatic actions, go ahead and push for it. We have veterans across the world. We have people who are in top places across the world. You can make it. You can move it. You can go to your parliament and shake a key. You can push a button in your parliament in any country where you are. You can push a button. Do it. Let that pressure come. Let that pressure come. Take, for example, Canada, that their court have already declared that Nigeria is a terrorist country. The Biafran that are there can leverage on that and begin to push some buttons. Push some buttons. Diplomatic actions. Let it continue. Let it start. These are the only weapons available to the oppressed. These things I mentioned, they are the only weapons available to us. We cannot tell you to go and take gun and begin to shoot people or begin to fight the army on the road. No, we can't say that here. We cannot tell you to go and begin to engage the forces. No. We are calling for a legitimate way to go about it. Those things you can do. That doesn't cost you anything. Those things you can do. Civil disobedience, protest, international campaign, diplomatic actions. These are strong, strong weapons you can use. Internationally acceptable. Without anybody looking you twice. It doesn't matter whether they listen or they don't listen. Some of us, when you say this thing, the next thing they enter into their negative, they wear their negative clothes. Some of us, once you talk about these actions, they wear their negative clothes. They begin to tell you, oh, there's nothing they will do for us. Nothing. Continue to speak. Do your part. Stop being negative. Do your own part. We have become so much negative. When you say, oh, we know there is global conspiracy. That we know already. We know there's global conspiracy. We know that they are not going to do what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do. But I tell you, there are still good men. Every part of the world, there are good men. There are still good men. There are still men that has conscience. There are still women that has conscience. That is why it's important. It is one man that will change. One single person will come in and change the whole thing. One single person can raise a motion that is going to turn everything around. It takes one person to make that click. There are good men everywhere. And these people are the one that you're going to use to turn it around. You don't know what is going to happen. That is why you must not stop talking. You must not stop. You must continue to put pressure. You don't know when that Messiah is going to come. You don't know that when that good man is going to appear. When that good woman is going to appear. Continue to put pressure. Continue to make sure that your information, continue to make sure that your letters, your petitions are always on the table. A time will come when they can no longer ignore it. Chukwu will give them a restless. Somebody will come in the office and Chukwu will make him restless. Will make him restless that you say, this petition has been there too long. He will look into it. Increase the pressure. My fellow Biafrans that are listening, wherever you are listening from, I want you to hear this and hear it clear. Pressure is the language that tyrants understand. Pressure is the language that tyrants understand. That is why it is necessary that we go into this part of pressure. Pressure is a language that tyrants understand very well. We must increase the pressure. It is no longer time to sleep. It is no longer time to joke. It is no longer time to play around. It is time to increase the pressure to the highest level. To the highest level. This is the time. And as we go forward, we have some suggestions on how pressure can be put on the Zoological Republic. There are suggestions on how pressure can be put on the government of Nigeria. You can equally bring your own idea. You can equally speak about your own idea. Write it on the comment section. If you have your own idea, how pressure can be put on Nigerian government, write it on the comment section. We'll bring it up. We'll read it out. One of the ways to increase that pressure is this sit-at-home you are seeing, Monday Sit-at-Home. Monday Sit-at-Home remain one of the strongest non-violent weapon we have. This Monday Sit-at-Home, it is one of the strongest and non-violent weapon that we have that is making them restless. That when they remember it, they lose sleep. Both the Ohanes and Dohin and Diam, the politicians, the elites, all those criminals, saboteurs working for the Janjaweed, whenever they remember Monday Sit-at-Home, they lose sleep. It is one of the strongest non-violent weapon that we have. Don't throw it away. Do not ignore it. Don't joke with it. Don't wait for somebody to come and beg you. Nobody is enforcing it. It has been introduced. Our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did a very good job by encouraging Biafra and telling us the reason, purpose, the meaning, the interest, the gains in it. If up to today you don't know the gain or the power of sit-at-home, I am sorry. You are not ready for freedom. If you do not, at this point in time, know the value, the purpose, the gains in sit-at-home, you are not ready for freedom. Initially, when we started, the Nigerian government pretended it doesn't concern them. It doesn't affect them. It's only the Southeast. But at the end of the day, you saw them confessing the billions they are losing. You saw them confessing how much they lost and continue to lose. It is not about the ordinary people. It is about them every time. It is about them, what they gain and what they get. This is about them. It has never been about the ordinary people. So everything that has to benefit them, sit-at-home affects it to the core. That is why we must not go back on it. It is one of the ways. Civil disobedience, one of the ways to hold them down and make sure that they're listening. The sit-at-home. It bleeds Nigerian economy and sends a loud message of defense. It sent a very loud message of defiance. Sit-at-home is so important. Non-violent, peaceful, but it bleeds Nigerian economy and sends a loud message of defiance. Very loud message of defiance. Every empty street on Monday is a courtroom. Every empty street on Monday is a courtroom where Biafra delivers its own judgment. You didn't hear me well. I said every empty street on Monday is a courtroom where Biafra delivers its own judgment on the Zoological Republic. My fellow Biafrans, an empty street is louder than a million voices. Did you hear me? An empty street is louder than a million voices. You think they are not watching? You think the United Nations is not watching? When they set their satellite on Biafra land every Monday, the street is deserted. Markets are shut down. That is a louder. That voice is so loud than whatever you can think about. An empty street is louder than a million voices. So if you are playing with sit-at-home, you don't know what you are doing. If you're joking or playing outside, it means you are not ready for freedom. This is a very non-violent means to push a message that even your voice cannot be able to push. A message that our voice cannot be able to minister. my fellow Biafrans, we also have to increase in our international awareness campaign. The international awareness campaign, we need to increase it now. I am not talking about saga. I'm not talking about blackmail and propaganda. I am talking about campaign for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the restoration of Biafra. That is what I'm after. I don't care about promotion of your group, wherever you belong to whichever group or whatever you call yourself, I don't care. I am talking about a campaign to create awareness for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the restoration of Biafra. Flood social media with free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, free Mazi Samonepa. Hashtag. Flood the social media with free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, free Mazi Samonepa. Hashtag. Flood the social media with hashtag Biafra civil disobedience. Biafra civil disobedience. These are the hashtags you can use to flood the social media to draw attention. International awareness campaign. Very, very important. I'm not speaking about saga. I'm not speaking about attacking your brother, your sister, or telling us who is important and who is not important, or who is online. I am speaking about the cause of Biafra, the freedom of our Biafra people, and the freedom of their leaders. Hashtag free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, free Mazi Samonepa. Hashtag Biafra civil disobedience. Those of us that have access to write to the embassies, international human rights groups, and foreign media. We have Biafrans who have the capacity to write, who have access to write, and their letters will be received. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You have a weapon in your hand, which is pen to write. What are you waiting for? We have people. It is not only Biafra, it is not only Mazi Samonepa that is a politician in abroad. It is not only Mazi Samonepa that is Biafran politician abroad. In almost all countries of the world, you have Biafran politicians. Biafrans, Igbo Biafrans more especially. Igbo Biafrans more especially, who are politicians across board in strong nations of the world, including Russia. We have Igbo politicians. Begin to interact with them. Begin to write to embassies wherever you are. Begin to write. Look at it. Search, make research, get contacts. Write to embassies. Write to international human rights groups. Write to them. Don't stop writing. Don't get tired. Don't say, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have written a lot. Oh, Mazi Samonepa have written a lot. It is never enough. Flood them with, continue to increase the pressure. A time will come when they can no longer ignore. Pressure, that is what it's called. Pressure. Don't say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done it. Oh, Mazi Samonepa have done it. Oh, there's no need to do it again. Do it again, and again. That is what is called pressure. Expose Nigerian hypocrisy to the world. Just as we are doing. That is what we have been doing on this platform. And we continue to do every day, morning and evening, twice every day. Those of us that have platforms, your social media platform, no matter how many viewers you have, no matter how many followers you have, it doesn't change anything. Just like myself, when I come here, even if it is only one person or two people watching me, I will do my complete program the way it's supposed to be. Put it there. You never can tell who is going to come across your program. You can't tell. Billions of people are in this world, they're in this social media watching. You don't know who is going to come across your content. Only one person, it takes only one person to change the narrative, in case you don't know. Only one person. Only one person will make that click and things will turn around. It doesn't take too much people. One person. Look at Burkina today. Only one man, Traore. His presence changed everything. His presence changed narratives. Only one man. Look at Alex Todd. The presence of Alex Todd as a president of Finland changed the system. Make them to criminalize self-determination. The presence of Alex Todd make Finland to begin to dine with a terrorist country. The same way, there might be somebody that will come, only one person alone that will appear. The presence of that person will question every single thing that is put in place. That is why you continue to write. Put pressure. Don't relax. Don't say because it cannot be answered, people have been written enough. It might be your own. It might be your own that will arrive just when it is needed. Just when it is needed. Write to embassies, international human rights groups, foreign medias. Write to them. You never can tell. It might just be your own that will arrive at the right time. These are the ways to maintain pressure. Expose Nigerian hypocrisy to the world. Claiming democracy while jailing freedom fighters. We do that every day. Nigeria is never a democracy. We do it every day. You see even videos, even from their own conventional media, we cut out videos from their conventional media and we show it to the world. Sometimes you see their media, people come there to speak the truth, even though it's a half-truth. That is why we go to their conventional media. I listen to everywhere. And when I see those content that are good for us, I will cut it out, cut it and share it. Share it on Twitter, share it on YouTube, share it anywhere you can share it. You never can tell. Continue to push out all those hypocrisy. That shows that Nigeria is never a democracy and will never be. Continue to do that. These are how to mount international campaign and awareness. Keep the pressure up. Don't say, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no longer here. Mazi Nnamdi is not here. No need to do it. They have done enough. After all they did, still, this thing happened. You must continue. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, consistency is the key. Consistency is the key, and that is the pressure. Keep the pressure up. I want the world to hear us and hear us clear. The world must hear that Nigeria is a prison house of a nation. Nigeria is a prison house of nations. Nations are imprisoned in Nigeria. Nations that are supposed to make difference. Nations are supposed to bring light to the world. Nations that are supposed to build the world and make it what it should be. They are all imprisoned in Nigeria. That is why that entity must disintegrate. That is why the only alternative is self-determination. Referendum for people to go their separate ways. Endorse the referendum of the Biafran people. If you cannot endorse it, you want to conduct a referendum. We have already conducted a referendum. If you don't accept it, conduct yours and let's see. And the world must put pressure on Nigeria to allow nations that they are holding captivity to go. It is not just Biafra. I'm talking about nations. You have the Arewa nation. You have the Middle Belt. You have the Oduduwa. And you have the Biafran people. The world must hear that Nigeria is a prison house of nations and must not be allowed to see the daylight. Not ever. Every one of us must also continue. We are talking about pressure. How to put pressure. How to increase the pressure. After the drama and all that is happening, how to increase the pressure. That is what we are discussing today. In putting that pressure, everyone that matters have to join us. People of conscience across the world have to join us. People that care about humanity have to hear us. You have to join us by boycotting Nigerian businesses and institutions. Every Nigerian business and institution, boycott it. Don't have anything to do with them. And they are fraud. Boycott every Nigerian business and institutions. Any way you can do it, in any way, in any manner, do it. Men of conscience, people that care. That is our call. Refuse to participate in Nigerian election, delegitimizing the system. These are things you can do on your own. Individually, these are things we can do. The way we can be able to put pressure on the Zolika Republic. Refusing participation in Nigerian election. Our refusing to participate will delegitimize the system. Not when you talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, free him. They don't free him. You go and say, I vote for Obi. They don't vote for Obi. You come back again, they say, free Mazi Samaneka. Oh, they don't free Mazi Samaneka. You go back and say, vote for Obi. That's an idiotic move. Nobody's going to take you serious. Nobody is going to take you serious. Even when you know that nobody is going to vote Peter Obi in. Peter Obi can never and will never be the president of Nigeria. You are aware that Peter Obi is not even a part. He's not part of the plan. He's not in the plan of Nigeria. But he will not understand it. Our prime minister warned him initially when he was bragging everywhere that he's not making any headway. And he saw it. After all the vote they gave him, that everybody saw that he got the vote. Did he win? No. The INEC decides who wins in Nigeria. And how do you think that Tinubu will choose an INEC chairman and the INEC chairman will now turn the vote against him? I don't know where you keep your minds. I don't know where your minds are. That Tinubu will choose an INEC chairman and that INEC chairman will turn against him. In which world? In which world are you living? Are you still living in Nigeria? Are you sure you are a Nigerian and you're believing that? Every year you come out, you talk about the election. Every year you come, oh, this one, this man, this one. You end up, you build a monster that will destroy you. You are building a monster that, even the Peter Obi you are talking about, if he gets there, your situation will be worse than ever. Though he's not going to be there, but if he gets there, your situation will be worse than ever. Because number one, he will first of all sign the agreement to keep you enslaved and make sure you do not get that thing you are looking for. He will make sure that the enslavement, the taking away of your freedom is guaranteed. That is first thing he will sign. That you remain enslaved. The only way to be a president of Nigeria is to assure them that you can kill as many Biafrans as possible. It is not a propaganda, it is not a lie. That is the truth. You must have to prove to them that you can be able to destroy the life of a Biafran person before you can come to that position. Obasanjo came there. When Obasanjo came there, you saw what he did in Udi. He used Udi to show example that he can destroy as many lives as possible in Biafra land. Every one of them does it. In the case of Yerodua, he had not much time. Goodluck Jonathan came there by accident and you saw what happened. They didn't even allow him to see the light of the day. Buhari came, you saw Biafra forged the highest genocide that you can ever imagine. And Tinubu came, they brought Tinubu because he is somebody who has a special hatred for Igbo race. Tinubu has a special hatred for Igbo race. And even up till now, Tinubu is still proving to them that he will destroy the Igbo race as much as he can. Look at how they are demolishing houses in Lagos State. Plaza. Look at the plaza they are demolishing in Trade Fair. This Trade Fair was a forest. A forest, complete for a swamp. This was a place that our eternal Dedim Odumugochukwu went and he began to cry. Began to cry for his brothers. That they took their money to go and close a swamp. Our eternal leader went there and saw there he was crying. Today, that Trade Fair, go and see the demolition that is happening there. Plazas were brought down. Plazas. 3-story building. Some are still under construction. Still under construction. 3-story building, 4-story building, 5-story building brought down. Act of wickedness. What other act of wickedness can be more than that? In a country where you have laws, where were they when those people were laying the foundation of that very building? Where were they when the land was sold? The land was sold. Even if you are not aware, the person came and searched for C of O and you gave the person. You stood there. The person was building the house from foundation, lay the foundation, build the first story, second story, third story. You never said a word, only to wake up one day and begin to demolish the whole house and call it illegal structure. Where were you when that illegal structure was set up? In a country that has a government, in a state that has a government, in a state they claim to be digital. This is a place that inviting foreigners to come and do business. In a state where you want to invite foreigners to come, that somebody will establish a business, you wake up one morning and they destroy it completely, tell you that it's illegal. They were there when the foundation was laid and nothing was done. Tinubu have used his wickedness to prove to Nigeria that he can rule. You saw this even P2B. P2B in one of his interviews was trying to use the killing of Biafra'S, the massacre of Biafran that he threw in the Ozu River, to make campaign in their last campaign. When he was asked the question of Biafra struggle, he said he knows how to handle them. He has dealt with them before. People should go and ask questions how he dealt with them. Which question are you going to ask? He said, go and ask what I did when I was there in Anambra State. What did he do? What did he do? Take the life of innocent Biafra'S, members of Mossab in Ozu River. Up to today, he has not given an account. The other hand, when you come and interview him, he will tell you he was not in the state when it happened. At the same time, he says, go and ask them what I did during that time. These are the evil in the zoo that we must continue to speak against. Boycott their businesses and institutions. Refuse the participation in anything that called election. That is a very big blow that we delegitimize them, delegitimize the system, and we call the attention of the world. And it is important. This one is important. This point is important. This one is important. Channel every Biafran resources towards Biafran causes, not Nigerian structures. If you are a genuine Biafran, channel every resources they have towards Biafran causes. Channel your resources towards the issue of Biafra. Likewise, you want to make establishments, you want to build your resources, your businesses, channel it to the Biafra land. Focus on Biafra land. Focus on Biafra land. Stop wasting your money. Stop wasting your money. Stop pleasing those. You can do business. We are blessed. We can do business anywhere. If it is difficult for you to leave those areas, make your head office in Biafra land. Establish your head office. Keep your content. When somebody wants to buy a goose, you will from there send to him. You can have a small store, a small office where you transact your business and keep samples. In this digital age, owning a shop it's not raining again. I don't know why our people can't understand. Owning a shop is no longer raining. In the West, as we speak, you can stay in your room, in your bedroom, with your laptop and your phone and do business of billions. You can stay in your bedroom without a shop, without a warehouse, without a container, and be doing your business. Be doing your business. In your room, in your village, go. You'll be transacting with people and be sending information. If you need an office, you can have a small office in those areas. Build your warehouse and your headquarters in Biafra land. Keep it there. Keep it there. No matter what it will cost you, do it. Let us put that pressure on that economy. Put pressure. They can't stand it for a minute. The only people that have stood everything that is called pressure in life is the Biafran people. We have faced debt. We have faced starvation. What else is to face? What else is remaining? We have faced debt. We faced starvation. We faced hunger. We faced poverty. They took away everything and gave us 20 pounds. And we survived. There's nothing else. No more challenge again that we cannot face. No. And that is why they are scared. That is why they are scared. So let us put economic pressure on them. We can. We can. We can. My fellow Biafran that are watching, I want to let you know, if we starve the system will definitely crumble. If we apply all these steps, starve the system, it will collapse. the zoo is not as strong as you think it is. The only thing that is hindering us because we are slow and not consistent on what we are doing. So many of us are busy gossiping. We are busy gossiping. We are busy talking about. Some people will come online. You have been talking rubbish. You will not make a statement without blaming your brother or your sister. You cannot conduct a full program without talking about your brother or your sister. You spend 2 hours to talk about your brother, your sister, call them names, and you spend only 1 hour or 30 minutes to talk about the issue that matters. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? When you come online, you spend 5 good hours analyzing idiocy, analyzing stupidity, and creating more enmities. You are creating more enmity. Information that nobody asks you of. You bring this one. Oh, this one said this. This one. Why did he say this? Oh, this one said that. Why did he say that? And this thing you said is against Mr. A. This thing you said is against Mr. B. Why must this Mr. B say this? Why must Mr. A? An idiotic illustration. I don't know where they learn that nonsensical analyzing that doesn't make any sense. You are analyzing something that doesn't make sense. It doesn't add anything to you. The only thing that it adds to you is the idiotic viewers that are following you and watching what you are doing. The idiotic viewers like yourself who only want to hear gossip, who only enjoy saga, they only enjoy chaos, and they come there and they praise you. Because of that, you continue to insist on that nonsense and begin to talk idiotic statement. From beginning, you will spend 4 good hours on a program analyzing idiocy. You cannot control your own program. Use your own word. Leave people's video alone. Focus on your own content. Give us what you have. Tell the world what is happening in Biafra land. Give us solutions. Encourage Biafra'S. Our leaders are not here. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How are you encouraging the people? How? How are you encouraging? By being divisive. By using your platform to spill lies, spill hate. By using your platform to wait for your brother to speak. Immediately your brother speaks, you go and take the video and begin to analyze. To paint him evil. You can never see anything good in anybody. Every video you see, you can't take a video and say, in this one, I love this one, this one is a positive. You can never find anything positive in anything anybody says. And it sounds good for you. And people help you to share. And they promote it. That is what the world needs today. Go to social media today. The only thing that moves today is saga. That is how people grow their platform. It's saga. Talk about things that doesn't make sense. And that is what the world want to listen to. They want to get themselves busy with idiocy. But I bet you, the journey of Biafran restoration is greater than that. It doesn't matter what I think. Choose the part you play. There are some people on TikTok, like that our sister in Canada. She has chosen her own path. That sister in Canada, she's doing very well in TikTok. Anyanambra, debunking every single lie that the Yorubas are telling against us. She bring it to them one-on-one. She bring it to them two-to-two, woto to them. The same way they bring it to us, she expose them and let the world know what is truth. All the lies they're telling against Biafra, that is her own cause. She has chosen her own cause. And she is focused, doing it excellently well. Excellent. All those lies, they come online, Igbo do. She is there debunking them with proof and evidence. Not just come and talk. It's not just come and make noise. She debunked them with proof and evidence in her platforms. I have seen so many of her videos. Sometimes I come across her videos. With proof and evidence. Choose a path you will do. Increase the pressure on these people. That is what is going to help us to go where we are going. Another important part that we must look into is unity among Biafrans. Unity among Biafrans. The unity among us can increase, it can give Nigeria a heart attack. Only unity, if we can unify ourselves, that one alone can give Nigeria a heart attack, if you don't know. I want you to know this. No pressure can work if Biafrans are divided. Did you hear me clear? No pressure can work if Biafrans are divided. This is why I stand my ground on where I stand, unshaken. I don't care what you believe. I don't care how you feel. You can't twist me to say what you want me to say, because I know why I joined the struggle. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm asking for. No pressure can work if Biafrans are divided. We must kill this division by all means. Another one is politicians, elites, saboteurs. We always try to weaken the struggle. And they pass through us, through me, through you. Politicians, elites, saboteurs, we always try to weaken the struggle. Don't think it will stop. So that is why when you are paying attention to them, you are giving them publicity. When you come online, all you do is to focus on one particular individual or one particular, you are giving them popularity. Ignore them. Ignore them. Biafrans are not dumb. In as much as they come to watch your drama, it doesn't mean they are dumb. It doesn't mean they are dumb. Ignore them. You are only promoting those people you are thinking you are fighting. You are promoting them. Politicians, elites, saboteurs, we always try to weaken the struggle. And they pass through you. They pass through me. Some of us join them ignorantly. Some of us help them to weaken the struggle ignorantly. You don't know. Through what you are doing. Through your presentations. Through what you say. Through what you write. Through your behavior. The people must show that this is bigger than individual. We must show that the cause of Biafra is bigger than an individual. Every one of us must begin to put that habit and show to the world, show to the people that the struggle of Biafra is bigger than an individual. It is a generational cause. It is a generational cause that every one of us belong to. It is bigger than one person. I want you to hear this and have this at the back of your mind. Division is Nigerians' weapon. Unity is our revenge. Did you hear me clear? Division is Nigerians' weapon. But unity is our revenge. That is why we must unite. That is why we must continue to look to the path of unity. Unite ourselves. If we are united, we can move mountains. There is nothing we cannot do. No propaganda can stand up. Nothing can. Who is Nigeria? What Nigeria is a failed state already. A failed state that have fallen apart already. The only thing that is making it stand is because of us. Disunity among us. Nigeria has crumbled. Everything about, you can imagine a country that another country's court, Supreme Court, have mentioned and said that the people that are in charge of that country are terrorist organization. What else are you expected to hear? A lawless country that have disobeyed all international laws. We have a very good stance to make our case. But disunity is creating a very big distraction. Many of us are not using our social media handle effectively. We are not using our social media handle the way we're supposed to use it. It is high time we change narrative to create pressure. Our discussion today is on how we will increase the pressure. Seeing everything that is happening today, seeing fully well that Nigeria is not ready to budge. They are not ready to leave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Neither they are ready to leave us. Increase the pressure. That is the message. Increase the pressure. We have had a lot of lessons in the past from history where pressure were put and things worked. In history can be a good teacher for us. We can take the example of Gandhi. Gandhi of India defeated British through civil disobedience. Pressure, consistency consistency. He was consistent in it. Not today, a human banner will see that this one will not do. Or Imo State will sit. The RDSA will not sit. Consistency. Gandhi defeated the British through civil disobedience. Civil disobedience without firing a shot. Civil disobedience. Civil disobedience. Even though in our own case, we are dealing with a black man with a black heart. So we are going to make our own much more tougher. While we are doing the civil disobedience, we continue to defend ourselves because we are dealing with criminals. We are dealing with a heartless entity. We are dealing with Pharaoh. So Gandhi defeated the British through civil disobedience. History should tell us that we can do better. Also, Martin Luther King Jr. shook America with non-violent resistance. Martin Luther King shook America with non-violent resistance, and he was able to make it through. He was consistent in it, even when his life is threatened. The very time he was shot, even the statement he made, as if he knew he was going to die. But yet he went further. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, it is either Biafra or death. And he went ahead to interpret it and say, it's either he dies in the cause of Biafra or he gets Biafra. And today you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu marching forward. Mazi Simon Ekpa made the same promise. He said, it's either he gets Biafra or he turns to a beast. He's not going to stop. These are men that have determination, very consistent. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon, we are all consistent on the last minute. What about you? How consistent have you been? What you are interested in is in building camp. You want to build camp A, camp B, group A, group C. You are busy in building structures everywhere. You are busy in elevating yourself, creating enmity among ourselves. We are busy pushing propaganda and blackmail, calling ourselves terrorists. Helping the enemy instead of fighting the enemy, we help the enemy. And the enemy go to bed and be laughing. That's what we are doing. What did you learn from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What did you learn from Mazi Simon Ekpa? Also, Nelson Mandela was freed because of people, and the world increased the pressure on apartheid South Africa. That was how Nelson Mandela was freed. Pressure was increased when Mandela was in detention. Pressure, there was so much pressure that they couldn't handle it anymore. Everybody joined. The whole world, the entire world mounted pressure. And how is the world going to join us when we are still busy fighting ourselves? How is the world going to join us when we are still busy castigating ourselves and calling ourselves names? How are you going to draw the attention of the world when we still have a lot of people who don't know what they want and what they are looking for? How are we going to get the attention of the world when we still have many people that are pursuing their personal interests, personal glory? It is very important that we change the way we are doing things for us to succeed in increasing the pressure. We must mount this pressure, increase the pressure. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you're watching from, I want you to understand this. If Mandela could be free, our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can be free. If Nelson Mandela could be free, the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, can be free. I want you to take that word to heart. Wherever you are and you're watching this program today, don't watch this program alone. This program is about solution. Today is our sit at home. This program is loaded about solution. Share it and make it go viral. Don't watch it and just keep it. Share it in your group. Share it to family and friends. Share it to anyone you know, including our enemies. Send it to them. Including those ones you see, they don't hear, they don't understand. You are in different camp, they're different camp. Share to them. we must have to start to look at the positive in each and every one of us. Harmonize it and use it for our own advantage. Stop being too much negative. Stop being too negative that every single thing you see. This video I'm making, there are people who are here now. They are only waiting and copying the negative things. They want to see where you made mistake, where you use wrong language, or where you spoke wrong English, or where you said something that they don't like. There are people now watching me in this program. That is what they came for. There are people in this program. They are only looking for where you made a mistake. They are paying attention to see where I'm going to make a mistake, where I'm going to call a certain name. They want to hear, is he going to call this one name? Is he going to call this one name? Is he talking about this one? Is he talking about it? And they cannot pick out the real information they are passing. It is so sad. You better change your mind. If you're one of those people, change your mind. You're not doing yourself a favor. You are part of the problem. You are not doing yourself a favor. You are part of the problem. It is high time we begin to do something differently. Today is sit at home. And as always, the Biafran people are sitting at home. The entire Biafra land is shut down as always. And the referendum is going on, as we all know. You cannot run away from it. There is no referendum that will be greater than this one you are seeing. When the international community focus their searchlight on Biafra land and they will see everywhere deserted, it speaks volume. It is louder than this voice I'm using to talk. This picture you are seeing is louder. It speaks louder. When they focus their searchlight, they come to Biafra, they see this kind of empty street, a very empty street. It speaks volume. It speaks volume. It passes a strong message. And I appreciate every Biafran in Biafra land that has remained consistent in this sit at home, regardless. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. It is not easy. It is not easy. It is not easy, but we need to make this sacrifice. It is very important. We must be ready to sacrifice. If you are not ready to sacrifice, it means you don't want to be free. If you are not ready to sacrifice, you are not ready to be free. I'm not coming here to tell you that it's easy. It is difficult, more especially at this point in time. But for you to take that pain and continue to sit at home, Chukwu Okike Abiyama will never, ever allow you to lack. For every business you have lost today, be Monday. Every business you have lost today, be Monday. I bet you, by Tuesday, you are going to get 1,000-fold of it. There is no sacrifice you make for Biafra that will go in vain. As we are demanding for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, with all the political prisoners of Biafra, you are not just doing it for them, you are doing it for yourself. This referendum can never be forgotten. This referendum you are seeing can never ever be ignored. When the international communities put their satellite in Biafra land and they see markets deserted, they see market deserted, empty, completely empty, market is fully empty, they will ask questions. What you are seeing, it speaks louder than voice. And it is civil disobedience, very peaceful, non-violent civil disobedience, non-violent. Nobody be enforcing it. Non-violent. Nigerian government have tried every time to paint us as violent people. Every time. They paint us as violent people. Every time they paint us as troublemaker. They have tried everything they can to see they paint us evil. But I bet you, they will never succeed if you keep on doing what we are doing. Civil disobedience, non-violence have been used in the past, and it is recognized across the world as a means, one of the strongest means to pursue self-determination. It is recognized. We are in a place where we are dealing with tyrants. We are dealing with tyrants that they can't allow us to have a voice. They can't allow us to speak. Our life is in danger. We can't even protest. When you come out to protest, you are gone. Protest in Biafra land is death warrant. But we thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama that today Chukwu Okike Abịama is using someone else to speak on our behalf. That is why he says that if you refuse to worship Chukwu Okike Abịama, he will raise stone to worship him. And I bet you the coming of Biafra, just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, it will come in such a way that no man can question it or take glory. It will come in such a way that no man will take the glory. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. He said, Biafra will come in such a way that no human being will take the glory and say, oh, if not for me. It is a process of Chukwu Okike Abịama, and he can even use a janjaweed to bring it. He can use the janjaweed to bring it. If he wants, Chukwu Okike Abịama can use an enemy to bring the freedom. That is why you must have to be careful what you say and what you do. It is not in your hand to determine who is right and who is wrong. Sometimes we go overboard. And that is why I am worried. When we do not see anything good in anything anybody does, if you are in that part, you have been there for a very long time, it is not doing us any good. Try to find the positive in everybody. Try to find that thing you can be able to take out of everybody and use it positively for the cause of our freedom. There is always a positive thing you can find in every one of us. There is always a positive aspect of a person, a man. Don't always dwell on negativity. Dwelling on negativity. You will come to a program, you are just looking for somebody to say something you're going to cut. You cut it and you go and begin to say, analyzing what? What are you analyzing? You are creating chaos. You are creating problem. That is what you are doing. You are making people lose focus on what they're supposed to do. If you want to make a content for Biafra, focus on the education of the Biafran people, exposing Nigerian government. Focus on it. This idea of washing your dirty nails in the public, advertising idiocy when you think you're advertising Biafra, that's not what they're doing. No sensible person, somebody who is not a Biafran, I ask, somebody who is not a Biafran, when he joins your program, where you're making a program, or what you're writing, or sees your video, what is he going to think? What information is going to go away with? When other people that are not Biafrans come across your video, what are they going to go away with? It is a question you have to ask yourself. We need to think of how we are going to increase the pressure. That is the message of today. We need to increase the pressure. Increase the pressure. That government do not release their prisoners out of pity. Never, never, ever. It has never happened in history, and it will not start from you. It has never happened in history, and it will never start from you. Government do not release their prisoners out of pity. They don't. Maybe you don't know before. Now you know. Now you understand. Now you understand. They only release their prisoner out of pressure. When you give them pressure, you give them pressure, give them pressure, they can't handle it. They have no choice. They will let go. And we have been able to put forward all those pressure. On your own time, you can go back and watch the video again and again, get the information for yourself. We have spoken a lot. Things to do, how to put pressure on Nigerian government. We have stated it here in full. That you will, if you go back and look at the video, you will always see something that you yourself will do without, it won't cost you anything. You will always pick out one thing you, look at this sit-at-home. This sit-at-home you are watching now is heavy pressure. The world cannot ignore an empty street, an empty market. It speaks louder than voice. Empty street, empty market speaks louder than voice. The world will never ignore it. They will never ignore it. It's just a question of time. Let us maintain that pressure until that one man who is going to touch that button, push that button will come. You never can tell. You never can tell when it's going to happen. Don't say, oh, they have been speaking for a very long time. Oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been doing this. Oh, Mazi Nnamdi have been doing this. Oh, they have been doing this. They have been talking about this all this time. They've been preaching. He's been writing petition. He has been writing articles. It's not working. Continue to write. That is the pressure. You never can tell who is. Maybe your own is the one that's going to enter there when they can no longer ignore. A time is going to come. They can no longer ignore. Is Biafra possible? Very, very possible. My only worries is the distractions. Some of us are ignoring what we are supposed to do. Some of us are focusing on what does not matter. Some of us have forgotten why we are here. Some of us have forgotten why we came. Whoever is in this program today, I believe at this end of this program, you must have gotten something. Don't watch this program alone without sharing. It is one of those pressure we're going to put. One of the ways to put pressure, if you have been sharing it, share everywhere, including to the enemies, share to them. You never can tell the hand that is going to get the information. If you have not been sharing, share. Like the program. Like and share. It doesn't matter how many times you share. It doesn't matter. Continue to share to all platforms where you are. On your own time, watch it again, and you must get one thing. That's one thing you can do on your own, even without anybody pushing you. Example is, look at the sit-at-home. In the face of all, they said, this sit-at-home is so strong and so important that I don't know why people don't understand it. They accuse Mazi Nnamdi of instigating it. Look at it. 10 months after 10 months, it is still ongoing in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi. They accuse him of insecurity. After 10 months, the insecurity is still there. More than ever. The insecurity is still high. More than ever. My fellow Biafrans, do not allow anybody to bully you. Do not allow anybody to distract you. And do not allow anyone to deceive you. My brothers and sisters, wherever you are watching this program from at this moment, this is not the time to be tired. Don't say because of the judgment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because of what you heard from the lawyers, because of what is happening, I'm tired. I can't continue. Oh, this Biafra is not possible. This is not the time for that. And this is not the time to be afraid. Do not be afraid. Fear is one of the instruments they are using. It's one of the weapons they are using against us. They make you afraid of speaking about your freedom. That is why they criminalize self-determination, even though they know that self-determination is a right, not a privilege. It is a right. It is your right. It is my right. But they criminalize it to make you afraid so that you will stop talking about it. Do not allow that. Don't buy into it. Don't buy into it. It doesn't matter how they try. Do not buy into it. Don't be tired. Don't be afraid. And at the same time, do not be silent. Don't stop talking. Sometimes you will talk and talk as you see nobody is hearing. Like myself, sometimes when I come online, I just feel like nobody's listening. Why should I be coming online? You can imagine a platform that have thousands of subscribers. When I come online, you will not have up to 20 people watching. It is disturbing. It is enough to discourage somebody from talking. Sometimes you come online, you will not see a platform that have thousands of followers, but you won't have up to 20 people watching. It is discouraging. But all this have been made to discourage you and to make you silent. But we can never, ever, I myself, I can't be silent. I can't even afford to be silent. I double my effort. That is why today I broadcast twice in a day. Formerly, I don't come live 2 times. I come live only once. But these days, I make it twice. I come live in the morning and evening. I'm also here in the evening to make my live program. And that we continue on that path. And for as long as you go come and give me the grace and give me the strength, I will continue. As long as I have that time, I will use it. This is the time to rise. Most importantly, this is the time to unite and to press harder than ever before. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom is not just about him. When we talk about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the freedom of Mazi Simon Ekpa, it is not just about them. It is not just about them. It is much more than that. That is why when you see some idiot rejoicing at the persecution of Mazi Simon Ekpa, these are people signing their own death warrant by themselves. A Biafran living abroad, rejoicing because self-determination was criminalized by Finland. An European Union member, which you know that they can equally endorse it as soon as possible, anytime. If they succeed in proscribing, because what you saw that it was proscribing of IPOB. But those idiots, ignorantly, they are rejoicing. They were Mazi Simon Ekpa was sentenced 6 years, and you are rejoicing, and you still call yourself a Biafra agitator. You are looking for Biafra. That same thing that Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing, is what you are doing. And you are rejoicing that Finland took Mazi Simon Ekpa and gave him 6 years. And you are living in Europe, rejoicing. Finland is a member of the European Union, and you forget that they can equally criminalize you where you are. What Finland did was criminalizing self-determination. It's nothing short of that. Whatever politics they are playing, whatever economic interest they have, doesn't change the fact that they criminalize self-determination. And you endorsed it because you don't like Mazi Simon Ekpa. Because you don't like him. You see some idiots, even in Nigeria, they are accusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, abusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, calling for his sentence in Nigeria. I never believed before that there are groups, I'm not talking about Biafra saboteurs. There are people that are Igbo saboteurs. Their own sabotage is to sabotage Igbo race, Igbo nation. And these are the most dangerous ones. There are Biafra saboteurs. Biafra saboteurs are very different. Those are different. But I'm talking about the Igbo saboteurs, people who are sabotaging Igbo nation. Their attack is on Igbo nation. You see somebody like the one they call Ijele, the other one they call Ikenguruago. These are people that are focusing on, and there are many of them. These are the two I can mention their name. There are so many of them. Their own sabotage is on Igbo nation. And these people, their sabotage is sponsored and powered by the politicians. They are sponsored and powered by the politicians. That is why you see them talk in the open. They talk, they don't care. They can go to anywhere. Even sometimes you see them, they invite them in television stations to go and talk. Ijele was invited in one of the television stations to go. He was interviewed. You can imagine a non-entity like that being interviewed. And in that station, he was still accusing the Igbos. Now tell me, what is the intention of the people that invited them in the television station to come and grant interview? What is their intention of inviting Ijele to come and talk in his television station and grant interview? These are the most dangerous people the most dangerous people you have to be aware of. Those Igbo saboteurs. These people who are sabotaging the Igbo nation, Igbo race. They are sabotaging Igbo race by all means necessary. A race that has suffered all manner of persecution, suffered all manner of killing, and they are still suffering persecution today. But you are still joining to sabotage. What other evil can be more than that? What other evil on the planet Earth can be more than that? For somebody to be sabotaging Igbo race, a race that have faced the most atrocity on the planet Earth. The only people that their genocide can match that of the Igbo race is that of the Jews. But yet, you see somebody who claims to be an Igbo person, but he is bent on sabotaging his own race. These are the most dangerous people we can ever find. And we must not let go. Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa freedom is not just about them. It is about you. It is about me. It is about us. It is about Biafra future. It is about justice for everyone. It is about justice to everyone. It extends to everyone, not just to Biafran people. It is about justice and about dignity for every oppressed nation in the world. My fellow Biafrans, let us intensify the Monday Sit-at-Home. Don't ever lose your grip. Intensify the Monday Sit-at-Home. Let us flood the world with our message. Sit at home every Monday. Don't ever forget it. Let us choke Nigeria with civil disobedience until they bow to the will of the people. Civil disobedience until they bow to the will of the people. Because no prison, no judge, and no government can stop a people determined to be free. Did you hear me well? No judge, no prison, and no government can stop a people determined to be free. We, the Biafran people, are determined to be free. And I bet you, freedom we shall find. It's just a question of time. Freedom we shall find. Freedom we shall find. But I want you to remember that freedom is not given. It is taken. And together, we will take it. It is either Biafra or nothing. It is either Biafra or nothing. It is either Biafra or nothing. I appreciate every single one of you that have been part of this program today. We have spoken a lot. We have gotten the message. All you need to do is to help and share the message to other platforms. Share to family and friends. Those who were not able to join us live, they can be able to get the information as well. Because information is power. Don't stop talking. Don't stop talking. Government do not release their prisoners out of pity. It is out of pressure. Always have that at the back of your mind. No government in the world release their prisoner out of pity. They only release their prisoner out of pressure. That is why we came with this message on how to put pressure, increase the pressure on Nigerian government to make sure that our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our prime minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is freed, including other Biafran political prisoners across the world. I appreciate every one of us that have been able to join us up to this moment. We are going to be rounding up on this program, and I hope that we are going to make it to see Biafra face to face. Definitely, we are going to get into Biafra. Nothing is going to stop us from seeing Biafra. Is it possible? It is very possible. Biafra is possible. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will guide and protect every single one of you that have participated on this program today, wherever you joined us from. If you are watching from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, you are watching from China, you are watching from Russia, you are watching from Israel, wherever you join us from. Either you are watching us on TikTok, on Facebook, or on YouTube, I appreciate every single one of you that partake on this very program today. We will all see Biafra. More especially those in Biafra land. Accidental discharge will never meet you. Every sacrifice you make will never be in vain. Every one of you in Biafra land, you will live and raise the flag of Biafra. I pray for Biafrans that are living everywhere in the part of the world. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will guide and protect every one of us. I pray for the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama upon every one of us wherever we are. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will lead us to our destination. I pray for our leaders, more especially Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, who are in detention. We pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will speak on their behalf. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu health. whatever poison they have injected into the body of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it will never have effect. Every poison they have put in the body of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will turn those poison into a nutrient in his body. We pray for revelations for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We pray for strength for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We pray for courage for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will continue to hold him in his palm. Build a wall of fire around him that no weapon of the enemy will penetrate. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he will live and we will celebrate him as a hero in his lifetime. He will reap the reward of all his sufferings. I pray that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will join us in the nearest future. Things are going to turn around for our own good. I also pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. We commit Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko to the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiyama wherever he is. Every orchestration of the evil men around him, whatever the enemies are orchestrating, whatever global conspiracy going on against our Prime Minister, we pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will set confusion in their midst. As our Prime Minister is going for his appeal, wherever that appeal will be heard, everything will turn around for our own good. For the word of Chukwu Okike Abiyama says that all things worketh for good to them that love Chukwu Okike Abiyama. We love Chukwu Okike Abiyama. We are the firstborn of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. And we acknowledge Chukwu Okike Abiyama in everything we do, in our lives, in our names, in all our existence. Everything will turn around for the good of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Whenever he comes in, very soon, for the hearing on the appeal, things are going to turn around for his good. Everything is going to change positively for his own good. We pray for strength for Mazi Simon Ekpa. We pray for wisdom for Mazi Simon Ekpa. We pray for knowledge. We pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will put word in his mouth to speak and bring the right people around him. We pray that in a no distance time, the good news will be broken and we will rejoice once again. Most importantly, we pray that the cause of Biafra will be a success very soon. The journey is not easy. It's a tough journey. We pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will give us the strength and power to continue to increase that pressure on a daily basis. It is forward ever and backward never. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect every single one of us that made it to this program today. We will continue in the evening to elaborate more on putting pressure in the Zoological Republic. Thank you so much for being part of this program. Thank you for being part of it. Remain blessed and see you again in the evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Happy sit at home.